My name is Darth Rhapsody the Wise, and welcome back to Slay the Spire. The Silent is actually lagging far behind our other two classes here in completion. Let's see if we can do something about that. Why don't we try and see to it? So there are 3 upgrades, 3 elites on the left-hand path. That is excellent. Alright, I'm gonna remove 2 cards because I have an early shop, so I might be able to pick up something that is actually going to help us be more offensively orientated in the elite fights, and we'll draw it often enough for it to be, you know, useful. Sweet. I was very, very much hoping for 3 strikes in that hand. Oh, even get the perfect hand here as well. Come on. 2 strikes and neutralize. Well, can't always get what you want, but if you try sometimes, you might just find that you get what you need, and didn't even get it in that hand. I mean, it was impossible with the first hand we were given, but still. Well, that's a Noxious Fumes. I'm gonna take the money. We're going to the shop in a couple spaces time, and I don't need to complain about that event again. I don't need that tilt on my side. Alright, sweet. I can even upgrade the Noxious before we get to the first elite this floor. That's gonna be incredible for us. So at this point, I'm primarily looking for defensive cards, but I also don't want to stack myself up with too many skills. So if I can find a dash in particular, I'd be really pleased about that. I'll take a copy of Blur, though. There's the Catalyst, though. Alright, I'm taking Catalyst and Flechette. And you know what? I'm also taking the Fire Potion. I think we're going to have trouble with the Gremlin Knob if we happen to get one of those on this line. So this is just to try and make that fight a little bit better for us. Oof. Rough order of draw there, unfortunately. Flechette's doing okay right now, but it can do better. No. None of those. We should be okay. Definitely upgrade the Noxious Fumes. Catalyst probably next. Okay. So Gremlin Knob happens to be our first enemy. So drink that potion there. Get myself 9 block for the next turn. Yeah, Gremlin Knob happens to be our first elite, which is a real bad, no good, horrible, awful time for us. Just because of the fact that since we're fighting 3 elites and no elite can be the same, or you can't have the same elite 2 times in a row, that means that we are likely to encounter the Gremlin Knob again. Like a 50-50 as to whether or not we encounter them again this floor. At the very least, it does look like we're going to get out of this taking relatively little damage. Meat on the bone if your HP is at or below 50% in the end of combat. Heal for 12 HP as well as no. Alright, the rest of these fights. Echo Skull! Whenever you apply poison, apply 1 additional poison. That's incredible for us. That is so huge. We now need to focus on our defense. So being able to weaken the enemy for an extra turn, that's hugely defensive. I even got Noxious Fumes in the opening hand. This is excellent. This is going so well. What's my next hand? Okay, so I might be able to keep some. No, I can't. Okay. Well, I should weaken one of the other targets then. Just because I'm not going to be able to perfectly block next turn. This gets it better. Oh, no, I can perfectly block this turn. Beautiful. I was expecting that I was going to have to use my Fire Potion there, but it actually looks like we'll be okay. Oh, wow. I knew it was going to be good in this fight. I just couldn't have guessed it would be this good. Yep, there we go. Should have taken a little more damage so that I could have triggered the meat on the bone, but well. Burst, Nightmare, Burst Catalyst, yeah. Nightmare Catalyst, though. Well-laid plans. Oh my god, I want all of these. I think I take Burst because I have the Blur in the deck, and Burst Blur is actually really good as well. Bottled Flame. Do I want to put anything in my opening hand here? You know what? Yeah, Flechette. Just because my opening hand has more cards, so Flechette is more likely to deal more damage. Like here, where it is dealing 16. Do I actually want to do 16 damage to anyone this turn, though? No. I can't kill anyone with it. We're good. Goodbye, Fungi Beast, and hello. Don't want backstab. Makes the Flechette in the opening hand worse. Is it actually pronounced Flechettes? I wasn't trying to troll people with that one. I was pretty sure it was pronounced Flechettes. Oh, sorry, Flechette. Silent S. Now, like, fair play, because Caltrop, Footworks, etc., etc., etc. There's definitely a precedent. But this one, no, I was actually unawares. Get that heal. Yeah, Deadly Poison definitely goes in this deck, especially because we already have the burst in here. I don't want to thicken up the deck too much, because I do want to be able to burst the right thing at the right time. Sweet. And if the deck gets too thick, then I won't get burst in the same hand as the other thing that I might want to hit with it. Yeah. As much as I wanted to burst the other card there, the Deadly Poison, obviously going for the defense is better because the enemy was dead in 2 turns regardless. Ornamental Fan, every time you play 3 attacks in a single turn, gain 4 block, as well as a Ghost in a Jar, gain 1 intangible. Good poke right there. Let's get that burst upgraded. Seems huge. Okay. At the very least, I've got the Ghost in a Jar for a couple turns time from now when the Slime Boss tries to deal actual damage. When I say a couple turns, I mean this turn right here, right now. Right here, right now. So the enemy splits at the end of this turn, so I will Catalyst them. Neat. It's a pretty good split. Like, yeah, it could have been a little bit better, but it could have been significantly worse as well. Gotta factor that in. That was probably wrong, attacking the Spike Slime in the front line. I forced it to split this turn when I could have waited a little longer and it would have been better off for it. It's okay, I'm not getting back to the next shuffle, so I don't need to worry about burning out those slimes there. Dead. Now I can take the Nightmare. Easy. I need the extra energy, unfortunately, especially because we have the burst in the deck, so... Sorry, that's an Ectoplasm. Means our gold game is going to be uninteresting, but at the very least we can kind of skip a bunch of stores. It does mean our removal is going to be hampered as well, so we do need to be much more careful about adding cards to the deck, because every card we add, it's far harder for me to lower the size of the deck past that point. So I think I go for the Emerald Delete this floor, plus 3 others. I'm gonna get a bunch of bursts here. Enemy is attacking this turn, unfortunately. So, burst, Deadly Poison, and then burst the Catalyst. Basically, I used Nightmare there just to hold Burst for a turn. Piercing Wail, extremely definitely. Also pre-upgraded. Hell yes. That sucks. We're gonna have a lot of difficulty here. We're better in the long fight. These enemies are much better in the short fight. Yeah. Alright, they're both gonna die, but I took a hell of a beating right there. I actually shouldn't have blocked this turn, right? 32. No, I still would have been 1 HP above healing with the Meal of the Bone. Nope. Sure, I'll take a relic. Girya, you can now gain strength at rest sites. I don't want that. End Caridian, please. Yori's Codex. At the end of your turn, you may shuffle 1 of 3 random cards into your draw pile. Okay. I'm not going to complain about it too loudly. But I will definitely complain about it in part. Oh, just wait. You know it's coming. No. Corpse Explosion is too expensive to play for this specific circumstance. I'm going to weaken the enemy because we actually will be in this fight for a reasonable period of time. Burst, Blur, and Defend. Keep myself as healthy as I possibly can. Oh, hell yeah. Mounting Flask. Super useful, especially with this Neko Skull. Right, I should have played the Defend now. I forgot that I'd bursted the Blur the turn previous, so I could have actually retained that defense. I'm actually going to get punished pretty significantly for it as well. Take 5 damage I otherwise wouldn't have. Yep, that's my bad. Thank you, Mean on the Bone, for being the only reason we're still alive. I don't take the pre-upgraded Calculated Gamble because we have no part of our deck benefits from having a Calculated Gamble in it, as in no part of our deck benefits from discard synergy in particular. But furthermore than that, it discards your hand and then draws that many cards. Not that many cards plus 1 to cover the cost of Calculated Gamble, but that many cards. So if you draw a hand of 5 cards and 4 of them are playable and you want to play them, and the 5th is Calculated Gamble, you play those 4 and then you have a dead card in hand, rather than having the extra option of not having the Calculated Gamble. It used to replace itself, and they nerfed it because it was an insta-pick. You'd take it 100% of the time. There'd be no reason not to. Oh, and I just need some poison source in the next hand, and then we can kill. Okay, so 6. Then this triples and adds 1 from this Neko. So 6. This goes to 19. Then 19 goes to 57, 58, and then 58 goes... Yeah, we've definitely got lethal. Wait, we don't. 19, 58, 100 and... 167? Have I screwed my math up here? 175, okay, yeah. I thought it was 167. I thought we were going to win by 1 damage. Anchor, started combat with 10 block. Neat. Second copy of Flechettes. It does pad out the deck, which is the big problem, and why I'm not going to take it. It sounded like I was going to go the other direction on that one, but no, actually, I think I sold myself halfway through that. Don't really need any of those. Can leave Piercing Wail in the deck here, easily. Crippling Cloud might get drawn at a lower cost than 2. Makes it real playable. Sweet. I don't need another 1,000. Sorry, another Noxious Fumes in this deck at this point. Goodbye, enemy. Nope. Avoid the shot because I obviously don't have anything that I can really benefit from it. Should have used a standard strike first there. Actually, should have used strike, then neutralize. Poorly done on my part. Sweet. Goodbye, enemy. And hello, nothing. No, Poison Stab does not go in this deck. Frozen Egg, whenever you have powder cards to your deck, upgrade it. Yeah, that definitely goes in this deck, though. They're both attacking next turn, but for what it's worth, they are only both attacking for 10. Well, 10 and 11. But I do get to keep my block for another turn thereafter as well, which is neat. So I lose 21 this turn. And then 22 incoming damage this turn. Or rather, there is 22 incoming damage this turn. Sweet. We are totally covered. We can now just start loading up deadly poisons on the enemy and we'll be fine. Sucks that we have no defense this turn, but I couldn't have known that I wasn't going to be able to draw any defensive cards in a deck that really should have more of them. I'm looking for things. I'm looking for leg sweep. I'm looking for, you know, the right kinds of poison. I'm just not finding them. Don't know if After Image would be the right kind of poison for this deck. But poison? Why am I saying poison now? Yikes. Alright, I'm going to Power Potion this fight. Footwork seems good. Flechette is 20 damage here for 1 energy. I'm actually going to use the Strength Potion. It's now 30 for 1. And try and get as much block as I possibly can that turn. Hell, I'll put another Blur in the deck as well. Uh-huh. Yep. We're gonna start taking a lot of damage now. Oh god, we couldn't have gotten Piercing Wail this hand. Piercing Wail and Noxious Fumes both on the absolute bottom of the deck is really, really bad for us. Like, obnoxiously bad. Alright. Piercing Wail twice over, dropping Noxious Fumes, weaken the frontliner, stab the backliner, now they're all dead. Well, backliner is. It's important that I hold on to the Catalyst here. Burst Catalyst is like an insta-kill on a lot of targets. Although not right now. Well, finally found a leg sweep for the deck. Sure, it's only out of Nilri's Codex, so it immediately disappears after this fight, but, you know, we have it at least. Which is better than, you know, not having it. The burst. Burst both blurs. And now I'm protected forever. Ain't it lovely? Single footwork for this deck would be incredible. I have to make 2 selections at the end of every turn right now. It's so frustrating. Choose your bracelet. Normal enemy encounters are no longer encountered in question mark rooms, as well as the Emerald Key. And I'll take a backflip for some more defense. Hell, I even think we should rest here. There's a bunch of cards in the deck that need upgrading, but I am going for another elite, so I don't want to die. If I can avoid it, at least. Okay. Should have taken the corpse explosion there. Reasonable chance that I draw it before the frontliner dies here. In fact, definite. Oh well, that's my bad. Goodbye, enemies, though. And hello to victory. Endless strike with goods. And let's bounce. I take a Crippling Cloud as a kind of like pseudo-defensive option. Tools to trade. Do I take it here pre-upgraded? Yeah, it'll help me actually just like get the right cards at the right times. I'm hoping at least. So 4x6 is 24, so we can kill one of these targets with it. Ooh, adrenaline. Great pickup. Alright. Perfect. Decided not to go with the attack. Not a big fan of this hand. I don't really want to use my Piercing Wail already. It's too important for the actual long-term ability to succeed in this fight. Nightmare Adrenaline, then Playing Adrenaline. Dodge and roll. And weaken the strongest. I'll take a die. Get some AoE. Backliner is about to attack. Thankfully, I've got all the adrenalines in my deck, so I might be able to draw through until I find the right card to deal with this whole conundrum. I want to save Burst, but I also want to burst Adrenaline. Alright. Let's burst that Piercing Wail so that we take no damage this turn. That's why I needed to leave the Piercing Wail in the deck, by the way. Like, explicitly that. Alright. Seems well sorted. Now there's a Catalyst left in that deck, which I've got my eye on. Sweet. Not the best fight, but we will live and heal up with the meat on the bone. Couple things could have gone better, but a lot of it could have gone worse. Noxious Fumes, you know, before the final hand of the first deck, though, would have been really helpful. Omamori, negate the next 2 curses you obtain. Another backflip. Yeah. Even over the pre-upgraded other cards here, Deflect is actually kind of powerful, just as like some more defense for the deck. Free as well. I'll take it. Just because it was pre-upgraded. Nightmare costing 2 makes it so much more playable. I have to take the leg sweep. As much as I want to take the Nightmare for the big plays, the leg sweep is the responsible option there. I mean, look, if I haven't got anything else that's really worth playing at that time, I may as well get 3 copies of Noxious Fumes for my next hand. Like, I'm almost dead, and it does look like I do die here. $13, 15's 28. Deflect. I found myself some slim survival there, but I didn't get to play any of my Noxious Fumes. Other Noxious Fumes would be good. Okay. Yeah, here's the giant debuff. Please don't attack. Never mind, it's attacking. We are definitely dead now. Yeah, there's no combination of cards in this deck that, while we are vulnerable, is going to keep us alive here. That strike isn't even enough to kill that torch head. Never mind! I was entirely wrong. The weakness and strength reduction combined, we were okay. Quite pleased about it. Pretty sure it, like, ends here, but still quite pleased about how far we got. Yeah, we got awful draws in that fight. Just absolutely pitiful. It's also not like we found a bunch of defensive options while we were looking. We were looking for, you know, pretty much every copy of Blur. We did turn down one copy of Blur early, but it was like... there was something competing against that was desperately necessary. We didn't find many copies of Well-Laid Plans. In fact, only one copy, and instead I had to take the Burst, which proved useful myriad times over the course of the run. It's just unfortunate. We just didn't really find the support for the type of deck that we were trying to build there. To pivot and put a lot of value in it, I felt would have destroyed the identity of the deck and the strength of the deck, right? Having the Burst and the Catalyst being consistent-ishly drawn together, and the Nightmare and Catalyst consistently-ish drawn together, was kind of integral. So we could only really thicken up that deck if we had a copy of Well-Laid Plans, which we just could not find for the life of us. That's okay, though. The Silent will eventually succeed, and until then, my name has been Rhapsody, the name of the game's Slay the Spire. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you next time.